Greetings, agents. This is the Mediocre Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well today. If you find my content useful at all or helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, or sharing so that I can grow my channel. The topic of today's channel is a hot shot marksman rifle build. Considering that the last scout mission involved getting marksman rifle kills, I thought maybe it might be an opportune time to showcase a very basic entry-level marksman rifle build using the Hot Shot gear set. It's pretty easy to put together and pretty easy to farm even if you don't have all of these components. So we'll start off with 4 pieces of Hot Shot, which gives you 30% marksman rifle damage, 30% weapon handling, 30% headshot damage, as well as the talent Headache. So your first headshot with a marksman rifle will increase the next headshot by 20%. Second consecutive headshot with a marksman rifle will give plus 10% armor. And if you're at full armor, it will give bonus armor max to 50% of your current armor value. And then the third headshot will refill the magazine. And then from the fourth headshot forward, agents will get all 3 bonuses for each consecutive headshot kill. Missing a headshot will reset the cycle. So if you are really good at getting headshots, then you will find that this will work out really well for you. If you are like me and you are not very good at getting headshots, then it doesn't matter because there are other talents that we will be using that will be very beneficial. This build is quite OP, so you will find that doing it will clear heroic content without any problems. And you will be able to one-shot most enemies in the game except heavies, like chungers and stuff, and except enemies that have a helmet, like those lunatics. I can't remember whether they're hyenas or whatever, those lunatics that charge at you with the stun baton. Because they have a helmet, you'll be able to two-shot them, but most other hostiles you will be able to one-shot. So that's 4 pieces of hot shot. You don't need the chest or the backpack. So for the chest, I'm running the named Walker Harris Chain Killer chest piece, which comes with Perfect Headhunter. So after killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals 150% of that killing blow's damage in addition to it. Damage is capped at 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised to 1250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%. And I'm pretty sure that you'll get to 150% headshot damage, no problems using this build. So extra damage incoming. The backpack I'm using is the named Providence Defense backpack called the Gift, which comes with Perfect Vigilance. So that increases your total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables the buff for 3 seconds. And if you play this right and stay in cover and keep your distance, you should minimize the amount of damage you take. So just a note on those 2 bits of gear. So Headhunter, if you don't have the Perfect Headhunter version or the named chest piece Chain Killer, the only difference between the named version and the normal version is the damage dealt is 125% rather than 150%. And with the Gift backpack, the talent, if you take damage, the talent resets after 4 seconds rather than 3 seconds. So not a huge loss there. Right, so moving on to a weapon. Now you can pretty much use any marksman's rifle that you want or that you have. I'm using the White Death, which is a named marksman's rifle. The reason I'm using that is because it comes with 137% headshot damage. So whenever you acquire that weapon, it will always have that maxed out basically at 137%. So that's why I've gone with the White Death. There's no need to spend additional resources, optimizing it. The headshot damage on that is already fully optimized, so that's why I've gone with that. But any marksman's rifle would do really. Now, as for the talent, what you want to do is put determined on your marksman's rifle. So after killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So basically what you do with this build is when you enter combat, pick a yellow or a purple hostile and hit them with a headshot, and that will kill them straight away. And then that will start basically proccing all these talents you have, particularly determined. So if you are, as I said, if you're good at headshots, then line up another headshot. If you're not so good at headshots, then just hit them in the body, because determined, it basically determined keeps going until you miss. So so with determined, your first shot should be a headshot, as I said, on a red or a purple, and then your next shot after that just needs to be a body shot, and it will proc determined. And then so that's 2 shots. So first shot headshot, next shot body shot, that's 2 shots. Third shot, as long as you don't miss, hit them in the hit them in the body, and determined will keep proccing. And that alone will basically help you clear most of your content. You don't necessarily have to worry too much about the hot shot talent, or even the headhunter talent, because just proccing headhunter alone will pretty much kill anything, or most things anyway. And if you get a headshot after that, then anything else is a bonus really. And you'll find that you'll be clearing content no problems. Now, if you don't have White Death, you can farm it. They made some changes to the loot tables in TU22, so you can farm the White Death from running Roosevelt Island. Just make sure you run it on the normal, not invaded. And if you can, run it on heroic with a couple of directives. It may not drop straight away, but after a couple of runs, I'm pretty sure that you'll come out with the White Death, and then you'll be able to start one-shotting hostiles. The specialization that you want to run with obviously is Sharpshooter. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, you get 15% increased headshot damage from a marksman rifle. You also get 15% weapon stability, which helps when you're running a marksman rifle. And lastly, don't forget to make sure that you have chosen to max out the 15% increased marksman rifle damage in the tree. So with this build that I'm running, it is not fully optimized, but here are the stats. So 1.1 million weapon damage, and over 300% headshot damage, which is pretty impressive if I do say so myself. In relation to minor attributes on this build, just spec everything into headshot damage or headshot damage first. Put everything into headshot damage, and then if you have anything left over, put that into weapon handling, just to make sure that if you're aiming, then you are able to hit your target, particularly when you need to be a little bit more precise. And if you do that, you'll be one-shotting hostiles in no time. But that is the hot shot build that I recommend if you are a newer player or a returning player, or you just want to put together a sharpshooter build. That is what I would recommend. If you have any feedback or comments, please let me know. But that's all for now. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe out there, agents, and take care.